Hello and welcome to the next video. We are in very misty, low cloud and wet Glencoe. I say we, I'm here with my mate Kieran. We're about to attack a massive munro. I'll tell you a little bit about it later on. It's one that's been on the bucket list for a while. We've managed to get a spare weekend. We're here. Like I was saying, you can see it, the cloud is just sitting on the tops, and that's a small hill, so we're basically risking it. We might just be in the cloud the whole way. Kieran's a photographer, videographer, so we're trying to capture some good cinematic pieces. You might see a bit of that later on, or it might be a complete disaster. So we're waiting for the coffee shop to open, fuel up, and then we're going to start attacking that hill. Let's go! So we've made tracks. We're heading up to the Lost Valley, which is a very popular spot. So there's just loads of people, loads of tourists that are just not cut out to be up here with rubbish kit. So we just flew away from them. So I've not done any really filming of it. Kieran's got a couple of bits. This isn't sweat. I did just dunk my head in the water. This is Kieran, by the way. Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, we're gonna storm up now and try to get up to the Lost Valley. It's so misty, unfortunately, but we're just gonna keep going because you can see 100 meters in front, so see what we can see. Slippy as fuck. So we have made it to the Lost Valley. As predicted, we are in the Clag again. I am always doing this. I don't have the best luck for climbing conditions, but we move. Because we're in the valley, there's no wind, so I think that's why it's sitting here. We are going to attack Bidian, and hopefully there's a bit of wind going over that maybe might shift it over, but we'll just have to see. It's a pretty cool landscape anyway, but I wanted to talk to you about the Glencoe massacre. So in the late 1600s, when there was the Jacobite rebellions going on, basically the MacDonald clan, Kieran's clan ancestors, they were basically stupid and they didn't in time pledge allegiance to the new king. Now, if you think back in the day, they would have had to go down to Edinburgh. So they were basically a couple of days late in pledging their allegiance, but they were going to anyway. So the Campbell clan were sent to basically massacre and kill all the MacDonalds. So they snuck up on them overnight, and they killed 38 of the MacDonald clan. However, the Campbells had weak tactics and they didn't block off one side of the glen, so the MacDonalds escaped with their cattle. And they hid in the hidden valley, or the lost valley, whatever you want to call it, and that is where I am standing right now. And you know, along with this eerie landscape, there is eerie history, and you can kind of feel it when it's this moody and scenic vibes that we see right now. Right, let's head up Bidian and see, hopefully get some views from the top. Let's go. So, we've put in a fair graft and we've put quite a distance in. We are still, again, in the mist, but it is getting very bright. You can see up in the clouds. It's like coming and going. You can see a bit of blue and then not. I do think, like, I know Bidian is a big Munro, but I don't think it's high enough to get above it. So I think we are just going to be in the clag. But anyway, I'm really enjoying this trail. It's cool. It's very rocky, very slippy. And me and Kieran did the 24-hour Three Peaks challenge, and in the morning on the last one we did Snowdon for sunrise. Well, we started off in the dark and we got up there for sunrise, and as we were going and as the sun was coming up and you could, like, it was starting to brighten up, you could see these like waterfalls and everything was slippy and rocky and like scrambly bits and things like that. And this is exactly what this is. And to be honest, it's not a hard climb. It's really enjoyable. Me and him are both saying, like, we're nearly at the top, and I don't feel like we've only been going for an hour and 10. I might eat my words and realise that actually we've got really far to go, but I don't think we do. Maybe another hour. Like, I'm not saying we're like nearly there, but yeah, it's good fun. We're coming and going, seeing like spots of like waterfalls in the distance and stuff. Kieran's just getting some shots now of the next bit that I'll show you. Sandy. It's pretty cool. So we're just going to get a couple of shots and then we will crack on, and I'll bring you back maybe closer to the top. Mental this, right?
Yeah. I'd be fucking shitting myself if I could see.
So I think, like, I don't know like the rock climbing routes and things, but I think I've heard this before. This is Broad Gully. I think people come here ice climbing, like rock climbing and stuff. But we are literally just about touching. Just over there is the Belach. So from there we can decide whether we're going to go over to the one on the left or just go up to Bidian. We can see it up there. So we're actually very close. We're nearly there. We're stopping for a wee Tanfastics break. But what I would say, if anyone is thinking about doing this one in this kind of weather, you kind of need to know what you're doing, don't you? Yeah. We've passed a couple of people and they were just off the path. They obviously weren't using any nav or anything like that, and they were just falling down the scree. Like, you know when you see people like scree running, it was like that. Oh yes sir.
Time fast, 10 minutes.
What a day! Right, as you can see by my hat, we're still in the clouds, unfortunately. I did send the drone up and I sent it about 200 meters high. Still in the cloud. So, but summit reached. She's beautiful. Look. Stob core Screamach, 1,072 meters. We're having a wee pork pie stop, heading back down, then we're going to go on to Bidian. It's all part of the same massive, is what they call it, just basically one bigger rock. So we need to head back down to the Bielach onto the next one. I think we're just going to go back down to the Bielach and down through the Lost Valley again, back to the car. Right, so we were at the top of Stob core Screamach. We walked back down to the Bielach and we realised that it was 3 o'clock coming up to 3, and obviously we're into mid-November now, and everything's starting to sunsetting earlier. You do not want to get caught out in the dark. Obviously we've got head torches and things, but we don't want to have to use them because this is quite a technical trail. That was horrible scree back there. We're trying to get down it safely, but you do really need to just take your time, because you know, you don't want to be that guy that has to phone the mountain rescue. Are we, Kieran? The people that want to phone mountain rescue to come get us? No, never. So we decided to call it a day. We need to get back down. We've actually not booked into a campsite, so we need to try and get that because a warm shower is needed. We are soaked through. I am probably not going to do any more filming until we're back down, maybe even tomorrow, because we're planning on going to the viaduct and just doing a bit of exploration around Glencoe, depending on weather. So yes, I might update you with what scran we have, because we're going to go to a pub. But apart from that, that is Stob core Screamach done. I'll be leaving Bidian Nambien for a future expedition, and we'll finish on views of a waterfall that you're not going to see, I bet. I'll see if I can show you this.
Just great landscape in that place.